This is my favorite time of year. Hearthstone is about to have a changing year. We're going to a rotation. Old decks are going out, old cards are going out. Some things we've been seeing forever, we're not going to see anymore. But more importantly, new cards are coming in. We're going to get new archetypes. We're going to get new decks. We're going to get a new hero card. It's just the best time of year. I can't wait to get into these cards. Now, I like weird cards. I'll admit. So these aren't all going to be the best cards, although we are going to talk about a lot of really, really good cards. But I want to talk about the cards that are going to be interesting to play and are going to be fun to try to build decks around, or at least maybe have some good interactions. So we're going to be a little bit all over the place, but I'm just excited to show you some of these cards and talk about them. Also, thanks to Blizzard Entertainment, I will be giving away a standard Cataclysm bundle. Very exciting. At the end of this video, I'll tell you how you can potentially enter to win. And also, I'll give you a couple other pointers on where you can find other places where you might be able to win a bundle. I know that's always the exciting part of this year, trying to find those bundles, and I'm giving away a couple of them. So let's dive into the new cards. If we're going to talk about Cataclysm, we have to talk about the Piece de Resistance, the card that's going to be in multiple classes. It's going to be in Warrior, Warlock, Demon Hunter. Any of the cards, any of the classes that have Colossals with Herald, get to play Deathwing Worldbreaker. And Deathwing Worldbreaker is a 10 mana 12 armor hero card that has a hero power of give your minion +5 attack this turn for 2 mana, and a battle cry, choose one cataclysm to unleash, Herald to upgrade. And you have a choice of 4 different cataclysms. Now, Herald is a keyword that will be on other cards, and when you play a Herald card, you are given an appendage from one of the Colossals, and that may sound a little confusing, but we'll talk about that in just a second. Um, but you have 4 different options, and if you've Herald twice, you get to pick 2 of these options, and if you've Herald 4 times, you get to pick all these options. So Topple is destroy the highest health enemy minion. Raise is deal 4 damage to all enemy minions. Enthrall is shuffle 5 random legendary dragons into your deck. They cost 1. And then you have Dragon's Reign, which is summon a 12/12 dragon. These are all really good on top of getting a 10 mana deal 5 damage every turn hero, and getting them all at once. It's just going to really swing the game in your favor. This is an exciting card. I'm hoping that it's not so overpowering that are tired of seeing it early, because you know how it goes with cards like Elise, where they're in every deck. Now, they're only going to be in half the decks because some classes didn't get them, but Deathwing's going to be a lot of fun. I'm sure the animation's going to be great, and it's really the perfect flavor for Cataclysm, since Deathwing is the one that brought the Cataclysm in the first place. Ragnaros, the Great Fire. Now, this is a Colossal, and if you don't know what Colossals are, they are a card that whenever they hit the board, they summon their appendages. Now, that is not a battle cry, so if you resummon Ragnaros the Great Fire, you will get both appendages if you still have room for them. And these appendages are 1 mana 2/1s that read Death Rattle, deal 2 damage to a random enemy, herald twice to upgrade, and Ragnaros himself is an 8 mana 8/8. At the end of your turn, triggers your minions' death rattles. Now, this is not old Ragnaros. You can attack with this Ragnaros. So he's not just going to sit there and shoot off fireballs. He's going to do a lot of damage, and he's also able to attack himself. Now, the Colossal +2 means you get 2 of these appendages. And when you have Herald, you get to summon a soldier, which acts just like an appendage, and we'll look at that in just a second. But I also want to point out that Ragnaros does not just trigger his appendage's death rattle, which is deal 2 damage, and every time you herald it, so after you herald twice, it'll deal 4 damage. Herald 2 more times, they'll each do 8 damage. But it also triggers all your minions' death rattles at the end of the turn. So you can probably figure out some interesting combinations to work in with Ragnaros. If you happen to have Dios down, you're going to have double the death rattles. A lot of this is pie in the sky kind of stuff, that like, is it going to happen or not? How do you make it happen? A lot of those ideas tend to not go as planned when you start getting cards onto the board. But Ragnaros is really powerful. He's really iconic, and this card is probably the most exciting colossal out of all of them. I cannot wait to start playing and just doing lots of damage to face. And I think this is going to fit right into um, a lot of the Herald cards, I believe, are dragons. So this is going to fit right into a dragon warrior deck, probably right on top of it, right off the bat, because they're not losing very many cards. So I think a lot of people are going to be very excited to play Ragnaros, and I am included in that group. So a soldier of Ragnaros, like we said, is an appendage that you get when you play a herald card, and he does the same thing. Only it would be kind of weird if like you played a card and it just summoned Ragnaros's arm. So they made these herald cards, these appendage things, soldiers, and they just get summoned when it. So if you play a herald card, you get this guy, and he deals 2 damage, and he upgrades as well. So if you've already heralded twice, this guy would deal 4 damage. You can see where this is going. This is a lot of power. This is a lot of pew pew. You're doing a lot of damage. It's exciting. Let's go. Speaking of a lot of damage, Ajara the Ocean Lord is the Demon Hunter Colossal, and this reads an 8 mana 8/8 Colossal +2. Your hero has Wind Fury. And the appendages read when summoned, give your hero +1 attack this turn, herald twice to upgrade. So if this is fully upgraded, you are doing 8 damage. You're doing 2, 4, 8. You're doing a lot of damage when you are attacking, and you don't need to have a weapon equipped. You're When you summon this, you're getting the appendages to already give you attack. This can really end a game. This is a lot of damage, so it's very exciting. This is what I think Demon Hunter players are really looking to play. This is the kind of stuff that a lot of folks really enjoy out of Demon Hunter. Get them, go face, do things. And this is a late game card, but it's a great finisher. And I'm looking forward to win furying my opponents down. And you also have other options if you already have a weapon equipped. Great, you're going to have more damage on top of it if you have a lifesteal weapon, or if you cast, there's a spell, a 2 mana spell that gives your hero lifesteal. So you can potentially use this as a Reno effect, all things considered. So this is a very, very good card. I think this is one that's going to see a lot of play, and I think it's going to be one of the best cards in the set. Gen Curse King is a 4 mana 5/4, which reads while holding this, if the rest of your hand is all even or all odd, transform into the Worgen King. So this is a nice card in the way that it's always going to pretty much get activated. I thought initially that this was going to flip flop depending on if your hands in your cards in your hand were um, even or odd, but it's just once you transform, you've transformed as far as that's how it reads. And when you transform, you become Gen Worgen King, which is a 4 mana 6/5 battle cry. Upgrade your starting hero power. It costs 1. If you don't know what upgrade your starting hero power is, there were cards that would upgrade your hero power, and for the rest of the game, you would have this upgraded hero power, and it was along when we had Gen and Baku earlier on. So in this case, I believe you are getting uh, for 1 mana, your hero power will deal 3 damage if you're a hunter. If you're a priest, your heal will do 4. If you're a warrior, you'll get 4 armor. If you're a mage, your ping does 2 damage. So not only are you getting more out of your hero power, it's also costing 1 less. And that 1 mana is a huge difference because a lot of times you end up with like an extra mana, and being able to weave that hero power in is much better than having to pay 2 mana for it. This card is probably going to see a lot of play. Now, this is probably one of my favorite cards that they have ever printed. This is Varanoth, I believe is how you say it, is a 6 mana 6/6 battle cry. If the total cost of your starting minions was 100, split 100 stats among minions in your deck. Now, there's a couple things to know about this card. This isn't an at start of the game effect, this is a battle cry effect. So if you play this and you only have one minion left in your deck, that minion is going to get 50-50 added to its stats. And it has been confirmed that it will split the stats evenly among a minion. So if you have a 1 mana 2/2 and it gets 10 stats, it'll get 10. Yeah, if it gets 10 stats, it'll be a 1 mana 7/7. So you can see where that's going from there. And don't worry about having to do the math. Apparently, if you include this card into your deck building, it will count it for you. There will be a counter that'll let you know where you're at. So this card, I don't think it's going to be good. I don't think it's going to be meta, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think it's going to be something that people are really going to try to make work. So you're going to see it, but I think it'll be in decks that are probably around 40 to 45% win rate. And it's not going to feel too bad to play against, but it's going to be real fun when you can make it work and really take advantage of it. All right, so I'm sometimes known as a Paladin main, although I haven't really played much Paladin over the last year, but I think we're back, baby. Nor's Dormu Bronze Aspect is a 5 mana 4/4. At the end of your turn, give your minions Divine Shield. Any that already had one gain +3/+3 instead. Now, this is exciting because we already have a lot of bubble effects in the meta, in the cards that we have available to us, but we also are getting cards in Cataclysm that double your effect of your end of turn effects, that double your end of turn effects. So in those cases, if you have minions on your board, this will give it Divine Shield and then +3/+3 on top of it. Don't forget we have Torith that makes him so your bubbles have to be hit 3 times in order for them to pop. This card has a lot of potential, especially only being 5 mana. If you can get a board to stick and then you get this behind it, you're going to really make it difficult for your opponent to deal with it. And I like to remind everybody that a lot of the clears that we have had in the past, like Corpse Explosion, like Brawl, those are gone. Those are now in Wild, or they will be in 2 weeks when Cataclysm releases. So it's going to be a lot harder to get rid of these boards. There's probably a lot more single target removal, or there's going to have to be a lot more minion trading. So I think Paladin is going to be really, really, really strong in Cataclysm, and I can't wait. All right. So one of my favorite decks of all time was Shadow Priest, and I don't know if we have enough cards to make Shadow Priest happen again, but this right here is definitely an enabler. Ruby Sanctum is a 1 mana, 3 durability location that reads, your next healing affects this turn deals damage instead. If there's a way to take advantage of this, I mean, we have cards that do 12 healing, we have all kinds of things. So this is an opportunity to really use any card you have, a lot of your holy cards that do healing. This is an opportunity to flex them to do damage. We're also getting some cards that are going to. We have it. We're also getting a card in the expansion that deals 5 damage to the enemy hero. It's conditional, but so there is a lot of opportunity here for this. It's cheap, it's effective, and I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a staple in pretty much all priests, whether you're control priest or you're an aggressive type of priest. All right, 4 mana 4/4 Victor Nefarious Battle Cry. Craft and custom undead dragon. If you're holding a dragon, reduce the creation's cost by 3. It's an undead. This is a Death Knight card. Whenever you can create these custom, uh, whenever you can create a custom beast or dragon or whatever, that they're always potentially there's always ones you want to make that they're very exciting. They're fun to play. There's nothing like crafting things in Hearthstone on the fly in the game to fit the need of the situation at the time. I think there are plenty of dragons that you will be able to run in Death Knight. So this is going to be probably a pretty easy condition to make, and it's the art's great. The flavor is fantastic, and I don't know what the pool of undead dragons are. I'm assuming you'll pick one undead and one dragon, and it'll splice them together. But just like we've had crafting in the past, there'll be a pool that it'll be able to draw from, and that pool might be different in wild. I don't know. I should also mention that this has one unholy rune, so that will have some limitation on the decks you can put it in. It will not go in a triple unholy. It will not go in a triple blood deck, which, probably good. But this is exciting to play. And yeah, I love cards like this. So I'm cheating here and I'm including two cards that I feel like work really well together. And these are shaman cards. And one is Crackling Cloud Strike, 3 mana, 4/3, Battle Cry. Choose a spell in your hand that costs 4 or less to absorb. Death Rattle, cast it. And we have a 4 mana Ceremonial Clash, summon a random 3/2 and 1 cost minion, overload 1. Now, a couple things to note here. I did say choose a spell in your hand. They are adding the ability to directly target cards in your hand this expansion. They're very excited about it. Apparently, they've tested it a lot. So, this is not the random things that happen. This is you can choose to pick Ceremonial Clash, and that will be the card that you will cast. Now, you will still be overloaded when the Death Rattle happens, but a 3 mana 4/3 that spits out 3 minions seems pretty good, and you're not spending the money on, and you're not spending the mana on Ceremonial Clash. It's happening for you. That just seems like a lot of value. I think that this is going to be pretty good to stick aboard, and yeah, I think it looks like Shaman is going to be fairly board based this time around. So this is going to be a perfect card combination that's going to fit right in there. All right, for the last card I chose, and this is going to be kind of probably you're probably wondering why I picked this card. This is Cursed Chains. This is a 2 mana shadow spell from Warlock, and this says take control of an enemy minion until the end of your turn. It can't attack this turn. And you're wondering, why would I want to do this? Like, why would I want to take a card and then not attack with it and then just give it back? Well, the Colossal for Warlock, its appendages, eats cards to the right and gains +2/+2, and that includes the soldiers. So what you do is you herald, and then you curse chains, and then you're going to eat the card that you have taken. And I'm specifically thinking about this because I am so tired of Blob of Tar that I am happy to see this go. I want to make it so I take the Blob of Tar and I eat it, and then I get the 1/2s behind it, and they no longer have a blob of tar, and I punch them in the face, and they don't get the death rattle in their death rattle pool. It's a win-win. I'm not sure if Warlock is going to be good this expansion. It's very interesting how Cho'Gall works, but Cursed Chains, just to take care of things that I am tired of seeing, is going to be a lot of fun. So I am looking forward to that. So now let's talk about how you can win a bundle. Thanks to Blizzard, we will be giving away a standard bundle, and it's gonna be really, really easy to enter for this. All you have to do is subscribe to this channel, TitoSantanaHS. If you're watching this video, click on my little picture there and hit subscribe. In the comments, leave a comment about the card you are most excited about for Cataclysm, and that's it. Now, if you want more opportunities to win bundles, I'm not just giving away a bundle here. So you'd want to subscribe to Tito Santana HS on Twitter.com. I refuse to call it X. You can also subscribe to twitch.com/Tito Santana HS. I stream quite often, and I will be streaming so much once Cataclysm hits. We stream usually 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to about midnight, and well, reflects around there, but that'll be it. But I will potentially be giving codes away there if I have more. I also have a podcast called Bread and Butter HS, which we focus on improving your Hearthstone game, and we interview awesome people from the community. We've talked to world champions, we've talked to developers, we've talked to all kinds of people, we've talked to cosplayers. So you want to check that out. And I will also be doing theory crafting if this video happens. If you happen to be watching this video before March 5th, if you go to TitoSantanaHS on Twitch, I will be theory crafting from 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will be doing all the things, and we will also be giving away codes on that stream as well. So I hope to see you there. And that's it. Just make sure you subscribe to this channel and leave a comment on this video telling me which card you're most excited about for Hearthstone, and you will be entered into the drawing for a standard bundle thanks to Blizzard Entertainment. And I will announce the winner on the 15th of March, 2 days before the expansion drops. So that way, if you're not sure if you're going to win a bundle and you want to see if you want to win before you purchase anything, you will have a couple days after we give away the prize to then still buy a bundle if you didn't win. Um, but anyway, I am Tito Santana, and thank you for watching.